The question, Sharon Epperson is here now, is to kind of break this all down, Sharon, and give people a sense of what to really expect now.
Well, talking to tax experts, whenever you hear the words no tax, there's usually some caveats there. And there are a lot more details to this that we need to go through, particularly when you're looking at the no tax on tips. A lot of discussion about that and whether that's going to happen. Key thing to know, this is a deduction. It is not going to completely eliminate tax on tips, and it's for qualified tips. So there are some industries that are not going to qualify. Not all tip workers will be eligible. Also, you have to keep in mind that it's up to $25,000 of qualified tip income, and then there are going to be income phase-outs. And that's a key thing, too, with a lot of these deductions we are seeing that are new from the tax bill, that there are going to be some income limits there. Same for overtime pay. People think, okay, overtime pay, I'm going to get a deduction on my wages. Again, it's not all overtime pay where you're not paying tax. It's on that premium pay. So if you get paid time and a half, the deduction's just for that half. So we're talking about $12,500. If you're single, $25,000 is the deduction cap if you're a married couple, and then there are income phase-outs there as well.
I mean, it's no surprise. Every one of these tax provisions throughout the course of American tax law history has had phase-outs or some kind of caps or limits or everything else. I want to know a little bit more because I know that many of our audience collects a Social Security payment. When there is a no tax on Social Security, what are the caveats there?
Well, this deduction actually has nothing to do with Social Security. It has to do with your age. This senior bonus deduction that has gotten a lot of attention is for people who are over the age of 65 or older, and they're able to get a up to $6,000 deduction. Again, there's an income phase out there, $12,000 for married couples. But the key thing to know here is you do not even have to receive Social Security benefits to qualify for this deduction. So it's not on your Social Security benefits. It is a deduction based on your age.
All told, and we know obviously another part of this is the big refund checks that are coming. So usually I think those are on average around $3,000. Is that right? So maybe an extra $700 or $800 this year?
It could vary. Yes. The Tax Foundation says we are expecting individual income tax to be reduced by $129 billion. What that means on average for the taxpayer who is used to getting on average a $3,000 refund check, you could see $300 to $1,000 more. And what that might mean for people who are used to paying, maybe you pay a little less, and maybe if you're fortunate, you don't have to pay it all.
What exactly should our audience be on the lookout for or proactive about for this tax season as we get ready? Because the emails are coming in saying your 1099s are ready. These forms are going to be mailed out shortly or available electronically. What exactly should we be kind of putting together to fully realize what we can from these new tax law changes?
Well, first of all, it's always good to look at what your tax form said last year, what you did, what documents you collected, and make sure you have all of those documents early. They are going to be sticklers for those 1099s, particularly when it comes to crypto. If you are involved in buying, selling that at all, that is definitely something that's going to be looked at more stringently than it has in the past. You also want to make sure that you're paying attention to having the documents that understanding whether or not they're going to be eligible for a deduction or a credit. When we're looking at no tax or you're going to get a tax break or someone tells you can get a tax break on something, know whether or not it's going to reduce your taxable income or actually cut your tax bill dollar for dollar. There's a big difference there.